Fatma Technology Valley and I belong to Rahan School Lahore campus and I am a teacher training participant at Rahan School Lahore campus. Today our guest is Maya. So first of all, hello Maya, how are you?
No rush, either way.
So Maya, our topic is that discuss how to stay motivated during tough times. So I want to discuss with you.
All right, tough times and motivation, solid topic. What's been feeling tough lately for you?
Okay. So my first question is that what does staying motivated mean to you during challenging time?
For me, it's not about feeling up or pretending everything's fine. It's more like having this quiet sense that you're still moving towards something that matters to you, even when it's tiny steps. It's knowing your direction, even if the path is muddy. What about you? How do you see it?
Okay, give me more detail.
Sure. I'm thinking of it like this. When things get hard, it's easy to get paralyzed by the scale of the problem. Motivation isn't about fixing everything at once. It's about saying, I'm going to do this one small thing today, even if it's just five in this small way. Like picking yourself up after you fall. It does feel great, but you keep going. Does that resonate?
Okay, so my next question is that why do people often lose motivation when facing difficulties and how can mindset impact your ability to stay motivated?
Good question. I think a lot of it comes down to how we frame the situation. If you see a difficulty as a threat, something that proves you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, that's demotivating. Your brain basically starts protecting you from future failure by shutting down effort. But if you frame it as a challenge, something you can learn from or grow through, that changes everything. That mindset shift opens up space for resilience, even when things are really hard. What do you think about that?
Okay, give me more detail.
The brain loves certainty, right? So when difficulty hits, that certainty gets shaken up. Most people react by trying to restore certainty quickly. The problem is sometimes there's no quick fix, and then you feel stuck, helpless, demotivated. Instead, learning to sit with the uncertainty, to accept that tough stuff is just part of how things work, is actually really powerful. It's like your mind gets less fighty and can start problem solving instead of panicking. Does that make sense?
Okay, so my next question is that what daily habits help maintain motivation even in tough time and how can setting small achievable goals boost your motivation?
For daily habits, I think the consistency is the key. It's less about doing huge, impressive things and more about small rituals you can actually stick to, even when you're exhausted. And making your bed, tiny thing, makes you feel like you accomplished something immediately. As for small goals, that's massive for motivation. Each time you hit that tiny goal, your brain releases dopamine. That's the reward chemical. It basically creates this positive feedback loop. Small win, dopamine rush, feel motivated to keep going. Think really small, not write entire paper, but write 15 minutes or read one section of the textbooks. What's one really small win you've had recently that felt good?
Okay, so my next question is that what role does self reflection play in staying motivated and how can surrounding yourself with supportive people influence your resilience?
Self reflection is huge. It's like your internal check in when you stop and ask yourself, what's actually working here? What's not working? What can I tweak for next time? You're not just reacting to problems, you're learning. As for support, human beings aren't meant to go it alone. Those people who genuinely believe in you, who remind you of your wins, who aren't going to judge you when you're stumbling, they're like emotional scaffolding. Having someone to vent to or just sit with you in the tough times makes all the difference. Do you have people like that in your corner?
Okay, give me more detail.
Think about it like this: when you beat yourself up internally, you're working against yourself. Reflection helps you step back from being harsh. You can look at a setback objectively instead of seeing it as proof that you're failing. Support people give you that external perspective too. The ones who say, that sucks, but you're still capable, versus the ones who make you feel worse. And being around positive, supportive people lifts you up even on days when you feel like doing nothing at all. Their energy affects yours, you know?
Okay, so my next question is that Maya, what internal belief help you keep going when life gets hard, and how do you distinguish between temporary setbacks and permanent failures?
It's a good one. For me, it's a belief that setbacks are data points, not verdicts. Like whatever happened, happened. There's no need to catastrophize. As for permanent failure versus temporary setback, that's about perspective. I think about like, is this something within my control to adjust or change? If yes, it's temporary. We know this better than for all fans. If it's some huge external force I can't shift, that's when I ask myself what I can learn from it or how I can adjust my plan. Does that make sense? It's more of a process than something I just know, though.
Okay, give me more detail.
Basically, I don't dwell on stories about who I am or how valuable I am based on whether a conversation went well or not. The conversation either happened and has some valuable lesson to learn, or it didn't happen and I might have lost the connection. Either way, it's not some permanent statement about me as some kind of value unit. With temporary setbacks, I think about looking patterns. Like, am I consistently tripping over the same issue? Then that's been real to work on. If it's just a random glitch, then I don't let it shake me up. It's like, don't turn single moments into meaning statements about you as a whole person.
Give me one real life example.
I'm thinking about a time recently when someone's connection dropped mid conversation, and I thought for a second, oh no, did I say something wrong? But then I was like, internet happens, people's phones glitch. That doesn't mean I'm a terrible conversationalist or they don't like talking to me. If I jumped to the conclusion that it meant I failed, I'd have started second guessing myself on the next call. But instead, I just assumed it was random and moved forward. Sometimes keeping it simple is best.
Okay, so my next question is that how do you handle negative self-talk during tough time, and what strategies can turn frustration or anger into productive energy?
Negative self talky. When it starts, I try to catch it and name it instead of immediately believing it. Like, there's that voice telling me I'm hopeless. Just recognizing it as a thought, not a fact, takes some power away. As for turning frustration, I've learned to think of anger as information. Your brain's basically screaming, something needs to change here. If I'm angry at work, it's usually pointing me toward boundary issues or bad processes I can adjust. The trick is not to act from heat, like don't just blow on someone, but instead take that energy and use it to clearly articulate what needs to change instead. What do you do when frustration hits you?
Okay, give me more detail.
Think about it like this: that negative voice is like in your head, right? Like instead of fighting it directly, you kind of go, thanks for sharing. Then move to what you actually want to accomplish or work on. And frustration, it feels like wasted energy unless you actually harness it. But it's easy to just wallow. The key is there actually something concrete that upset you? What actually happens when you recognize the anger? Do you yell, withdraw, keep it in? Because understanding where it lands is the first step to turning it into something useful instead of toxic.
Okay, so Maya, time is too much short. So I want to end this conversation with you. We will meet again in the new conversation and the new topic. Okay, nice to meet you. Have a great day.
Nice talking with you about this.